Get strong.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Life with Matt here, and I'm back at it with my third video. So, today I thought I was going to talk about what my plans were moving forward. Obviously, got the YouTube channel, moving out of actual lockdown now, so I can kind of start experimenting more with where to go and what to do, but I thought maybe the best thing to start off with would be, how have I kept myself sane for the 6 years on and off isolation that I've had? Just, because I think it's very, very difficult to stay sane when you have very limited contact with people. Obviously, I've got family at home, I live with them, but I think there's only so many times you can see the same people within the same four walls without going insane. So, my isolation has been here and there. It's been, I think you create safe spaces, and obviously if you have anxiety, your home is your primary safe space. It's the primary place that you feel most comfortable, to whatever degree that is. It's a very individual thing. It could be the best place for you, or it could be, just a place that's better than being out of the house. So pretty much the main way I have kept myself sane is gaming. Gaming has formed the core of my life for as long as I can remember. Since I think way back when I was a child and we got a PlayStation 1. The very first PlayStation. And I remember playing all the old games on it, like Rayman and Civilization, those sorts of things. So for me, it was always something I've done. It'd be the first thing, if I wasn't going out with friends, it'd be the first thing I'd do when I got home. I'd go straight to the consoles. And it just so happens for the past couple of years, I've actually now moved into PC gaming. So I feel like PC Master Race for the win. But yeah, so gaming would take up my whole day in isolation. Whole day. I woke up, first thing I do, straight on the computer, straight on the consoles. It's the first thing to do. And that is so unhealthy. Like very, very bad, because although it's a brilliant distraction in so many ways from how you feel, it also has the negative side effect of addiction, where, for me, I would get up late because I'd been gaming the night before until ridiculous times, 4, 5 a.m, because I had nothing to do. I have nothing to do outside of that. And it's only really up until 2 weeks ago now that's kind of really hit me. In fact, I went through a major depressive episode the week before last, purely because I cut out my gaming. And it might sound so ridiculous to some people. Why? Why is gaming? Why gaming? And, I think people get that now, particularly in lockdown, because it is such a simple, distracting kind of thing to do. Like, you don't have to think about anything, you don't have to worry about anything, because you're solely focused on what you're doing in the moment. Go-to games would be like Civ still, Stellaris, all these strategy games. And, one of the things I used to like doing before I was seriously anxious was to play multiplayer games, like Call of Duty, that sort of thing. But the more anxious I became, more self-conscious I became, the less I'd go online because I was afraid of how people would react to me online, afraid of speaking to people online. So I cut out multiplayer entirely. So not only was I losing social contact through gaming, which would have been at least some outlet or some connection to the real world, I further isolated myself from people. And yeah, that was been one of the main things for me is gaming. And it's going to be a very boring ramble, but it was only up until 3 years ago, I'd say, maybe 3.5 years, where I decided to take up cooking, to be the chef of the house, so to say. Um, and I took over the role of doing the dinners. And for anyone who has anxiety or is depressed, and I think a lot of the time I'm not professional, but a lot of the time people may feel depressed, but in actuality, it's anxiety causing that. You're not inherently depressed, but you're anxious about something which is causing a low mood. Um, so cooking, I believe, is a perfect way to do a healthy distraction, or it's a healthy, productive thing. Because not only, if you're like me and you live at home, not only is it a good way to give yourself a life, skill that you'll need when you can move out, that it's something that's productive. It's something that's enjoyable for a lot of people. Some people absolutely detest cooking. I'm unfortunate. I love it. I absolutely adore cooking. In fact, I'm filming this video just after putting in the oven some treacle sponge pudding. So I voluntarily bake as well now. Um, another good thing I've taken up more recently is gardening. Gardening is perfect for someone like me who wants to get out of the house but is at least confined within their the perimeter of their household. I've got a fence, I've got the hedges. In fact, I'll include some footage of what the vegetable patch I have going on looks like right now. Because I think growing vegetables it's a productive thing to do. You're producing something that's going to be organic, it's going to be healthy, and that you have something to show at the end of the day. If it's something like gaming, it's enjoyable in the moment, but you don't have anything to really show for it. Doorbell rang. Managed to answer it though, so bonus to me. So yeah, point of fact, gaming is not productive. It's something I'm now trying to move away towards, and yes, it has affected my mood. But it's important to learn new ways of managing anxiety and then pushing through it without the things that distract us but aren't productive. So my advice is do productive things to fill your time. If you're at home like me, especially if you're in lockdown, do things that are productive. Garden, cooking, learning a new skill, anything like that is good. It's perfect. What was the other point I had? Make sure that you have a good bedtime. Sleeping is something I'm also terrible at. Like I said, gaming has really kicked out my routine. But sleeping is imperative to feeling better. Absolutely imperative. I know that on the times I have gone to bed earlier, gotten up earlier, I feel 100 times better for it. You've got to incorporate these things into a routine. That's my advice, and I'm really bad at keeping to my advice. But routines are good because I think humans enjoy structure in their lives, and what happens with anxiety, you tend to feel like you're in free fall. There's no routine, there's no structure. So my best advice I can come up with to anyone else who's like me is routine and productive things to do to fill the time. I know that since I've been gardening, since I've been cooking, my days are better filled and I'm better prepared when I push through my insecurities. Definitely find what works for you though. Not everyone's going to like gardening, you know, planting out vegetable seeds. Not everyone's going to like cooking. Some people hate cooking. That's fine, but try and learn something new. It's not going to be easy at first. It's going to really suck. I had a week where I just lay on the couch because I changed out my routine. It's a transition period. So remember, it's all about the small steps we take. Small steps, productive things, and routine. They all go together, and I think they are 3 core principles. That's what I might name the video. I haven't decided yet. 3 core principles to at least improving your well-being. It won't fix everything wrong with your life, but it will improve, and it lays a good groundwork to feel better, so you can manage things better. So if you still feel down, that's completely normal. Feeling down is normal. You don't need to worry about that. We all have down days. It's just about taking a step back and breathing for a minute and realizing that we are making things seem worse than they actually are. It's human nature to do things like that. If you want to ask me anything, again, I'm not a professional, but if you want to ask me anything, if you want to talk to someone, I'm happy to. I'm kind of getting a little bit more confident in front of the camera. I think hopefully the more I do this, the more my natural personality comes out. I think because I tend to have quite an understatement. I have a very rude sense of humour. I have a very, how would you put it? If you ever watched like Joe Weller, quite a bit like him. I'm not coming across like it at all, but around my own friends in the past, I've been very much like that. I mean, another thing on a side note is on the times, like I said, you have a safe space. This is completely back to my point before, but you can create safe spaces that don't have to just be your home. I know another safe space, and something else that's kept me sane is I have a friend down the road who I visit, you know, maybe a couple of times a week, and that's now become a safe space for me where I don't feel anxious. It's about, and it's difficult sometimes with anxiety to get that, you know, that courage to create another safe space somewhere. But once you are somewhere and you've been that place multiple times, it becomes another place in which you feel safe. And I know for me, my friend's house is now a safe space. It's people I'm comfortable with, and it is very important to have people who understand you, know about you, and there's nothing wrong with sharing how you feel with people. And I think, like I've said in the last video, I think it was, is, you know, putting this out on the internet for me is a very uncomfortable thing, but it's something we need to normalise. And like I said, I don't want this channel to be purely about anxiety and depression. I'm happy to talk about those things now because I think that it puts me out of my comfort zone. And even if it feels uncomfortable initially, it's good to push through it. I would like this channel to be more talking about YouTube drama, maybe talking about, you know, things that pertain to guys my age, or if people want to talk about, you know, things that are going on in the world. Anything. I want this channel to be about anything that you guys have questions about, anything that I'm interested in. I just want it to be a social hub, really. I think I'll end it there. I've kind of rambled. I want it to feel more natural. I don't like scripts. I don't want to write a script. I might in the future write bullet points, but I sometimes think it takes away from the realness of what you're feeling in the moment. I don't know. That's my opinion. if people watch this and they decide it's for the best to read from a script or to have bullet points, whatever, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to join me on this journey. I'm happy to have you along. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.